podcast. Walk with me. Let it ride. That's right. Wanting to be heard in the black man's world, simple yet complicated. Just relax and observe. Breaking down of our families, restructured communities. To wake up and see only your losers are free. Your enemy is your memory. We at your door, black mail delivery. Your enemy is your memory. We at your door, black mail delivery.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy TallShon. TS is who I am.
Tre-Dot is who I am.
And this is episode 114 of the Black Male Podcast. And we have a special guest. All right. This guest is my offspring. My beautiful daughter, Dancia. How you doing today, dear?
Hey.
Yes. We back with the Bring Your Kid to Podcast Day. We're back with this is another episode. We had a successful episode with Tre-Dot's son. We had to split it into two parts because we went over our normal time limit. I'm gonna try my best not for us to not go over our normal time limit this pod, but we're gonna let it flow because if it's flowing, it's flowing. That's what we do. So how's everyone doing? How you doing, Dot?
Great, man. It was a great weekend. Got a good radio run. I've never enjoyed myself like that at a radio station before. A lot of times those situations can be pretty boring, especially when you're at our maturity level and don't drink. You know what I mean? So it was actually dope. Everybody in the room was dope. When it was time to leave, we still didn't leave. We stayed outside another 30 minutes?
Yeah, we did. We left the station ended at 12 and we was there.
Yeah, the show ended at 12. We didn't leave the station maybe till 1:45, maybe.
Yeah, 1:45. Yeah, that's a fact.
Dialogue was good. Some good brothers, man. I liked it, man. We talked about some good stuff, deeper than hip hop.
No, I totally agree. Dancia, how's your week? How's everything with you? I know that look.
First week of school was very long. First week of school and internship, but it'll be worth it at the end. A lot of stuff.
Well, let's get right into it. So you are right now in your what program?
I am in the advanced MSW, which stands for Master Social Work program at Fayetteville State University, with my concentration in child and family, and I'm also receiving a substance abuse certificate at the same time.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope. That's dope. I know we've talked about this before, but what made you even want to go into this field? That's not a normal field that I hear people, which I'm glad you did, because most of us go into business like I did. I was in business administration, and I'm doing nothing within in that. Well, I guess I technically am, but like, what made you go into that?
Well, growing up, I already liked helping people. I already like when it comes to like dealing with kids and adults. I can assert to different environments. Mm-hmm. So going into college, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. At first, it was, I want to own a daycare. Then it came, I want to be a children's doctor. Then I turned around, I was like, mental health is important. So I'm like, okay. So after all those things, I looked it up and I found social work and I realized it's so broad. I can be anywhere. I can travel. I can go to the hospital. I can go into daycares. I can go into VA. Like, I can go anywhere and just flourish regardless, because everybody needs social worker or some type of like resource or help. So I was like, okay, I can do this, because I don't like to stay in one position for a long period of time. And with social work, I can jump to anywhere. So I was like, oh yeah, this is what it is.
No, that's smart. I mean, with, like you just said, with mental health piece, especially in families, that's a big piece. You don't realize, and when you look at your own family, you don't realize the mental health issues within your own family. So when you think about it and you going within that field, I think that's because when you told me about it, I thought about it and I was like, that's a broad. And what you just said, I said that is a broad spectrum when it comes to education. Education, so many different places you could go. And then when you started your master's and you was like, yo, I'm gonna get a certificate in substance abuse. I was like, yo, I just built a website for a lady who does that. And I'm like, yo, and she's constantly working.
These kids are battling with substance abuse like fentanyl is crazy. Like these opioid, like these kids are just taking them like candy. It's ridiculous. But all that stuff is also passed down. Like some of those like substance abuse and like people with alcoholism, some of that stuff is inherited. And no one really thinks about the mind when it comes to, oh, you can just stop. You can't just stop. That still messes with your brain. You have to, it's an ongoing process.
Yeah. Well, nobody respects addictions, especially if they've never experienced it. Because when you battle with addictions, people look at you like you're a weirdo or you're lazy or you're just not disciplined or whatever. And that's, you know, it's way deeper than that. And there's nobody you can really have those conversations with, you know, and therapy is a powerful thing. A lot of people have had successful situations with therapy, but as Black people, many of us still don't believe in it. And many of us still don't want to be bothered with it. And it's hindered our development in a lot of situations. And a lot of families are broken up behind it. And even with friends can be a form of therapy, but more often than not, we don't have friends where we can have adult conversations, especially complicated conversations, because those answers aren't really to our benefit. Those are just answers that sometimes shut you up. Sometimes those answers come from a position of hate, and we don't even realize it. Our own surroundings sometimes are amplifying our issues.
No, I agree. I definitely agree. I know for me, I did some few therapy sessions. I did like therapy for like a year. I can't even front. I kind of needed that because sometimes you need to like get out, you know what I'm saying, let out. You just need another form of just release. And for me, that was definitely needed because you at a time where you're in your head so much you don't think you have anyone to speak to, and you might have some people to speak to, but a lot of times you don't want a response neither. Sometimes you just really want to let this out, and then maybe someone give you an educated response after the fact.
But that's a skill a lot of people don't have, just the ability to listen.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Sometimes we have to say that as a disclaimer before we speak, and many times we don't. Sometimes you can say, look, I just need you to listen right now. You know, I just need to get this story out. Because a lot of human reaction, and I've left friendships because of this. You start venting, and they cut you off right in the middle and be like, yeah, me too. Like, I ain't really called to hear you. I'm getting this out.
Right.
Because I went through two situations in my life where therapy was crazy. And I'm gonna say it quick. I'm not gonna go in depth. One of my barbers had a situation every Saturday morning where it was just men that came through like 6 a.m. would just talk man stuff. One dude came with the Bible. He would say things about the Bible, but it wasn't really churchy. He was just bringing them some kind of text, and they were older guys, and we would sit there, minimum 5, the most we had were like 12, and we would just chop it up about life, relationships, and love. And Union Baptist Church right here in Durham, they have a male Bible study. I went for like maybe 6 months, and it was dope because it was deeper than the Bible. The scripture was the intro. Then after that, the conversations was just man stuff. It wasn't no different from the stuff you and I would talk about, and it was in the church.
So I like that.
Yeah, it was. This is what I'm saying. The Black church always talks about them losing its power. No, the Black church kicked us out.
Word.
They kicked us out because if you don't move exactly how they move, you're outcast.
Yeah, because it was a church I went to in Florida, man, that it was like that. They'll bring the men together, the young,
it's dope,
middle,
it's dope.
All of us, and we will have life conversations. Like we will meet up at the church, or we'll meet at the restaurant at Bennigan's and sit and have like a 2-hour conversation. So food is done, and you feel whole. Yes.
You walk out there because see this. You do that, like say you do that early in the morning. Oh man, that's gonna go with you for the day, the rest of the week. We need that dialogue, and we need more resources of that type. I just wanted to throw that in there. Without going deep.
I actually just finished a lesson on that, bringing spirituality properly, because everybody doesn't believe in the same thing. That's one thing when it comes to like being empathetic. You have to understand the whole person. It's hard though, because as social work, you have to really put your feelings to the side and your beliefs to the side to deal with whatever this person has dealing with. Which, if you're a good social worker, you can balance out. But spirituality is a good one. Like take away certain prayers is not saying God, saying higher power, because everybody doesn't believe in necessarily God, but they believe in a higher power. Taking that out, but you can add spirituality in there if you add it properly and if your client wants it. It's all in what the client wants. At the end of the day, if the client doesn't want the help, you can't help them. But if they want the help, you have to do it to their understanding. And that's what a lot of people think social work is. I'm gonna take these kids. I hate it. Don't say I'm gonna take nobody kids for them.
Yeah.
I haven't taken nobody kids.
Yeah, that's crazy.
If it gets to a point where if people don't realize that a lot of families, mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, like they're the reason why some people are mentally not there. You're the reason why some people are addicted to drugs. And that's why I picked child and family as my concentration, because the neat and greedy. If your parents ain't good or your parents is battling this stuff, the kids are going to be battling the same thing. It's passed for generation to generation. That generational trauma is really, really strong.
Well, no, even with speaking on the power of the church, like my generation, you know, they prayed about it and left it alone.
Yeah.
So if you actually did have something that needed assistance, I'm not a fan of none of the drugs, because I feel just naturally these can be taken care of. They're taken care of early. It's a work in progress, and it's a lot of work. But if you just sit there and pray on it and let somebody waddle within whatever issue they have, it's only going to intensify. And then these kids become 17, 18, and out in the world as adults, and they never dealt with anything. You know, never even had a conversation about it. You know, I grew up within that environment. You know, everything was, you pray about it on Sunday. You eat at the dinner table, you pray about it at the dinner table within the prayer, maybe, and that's it. You spoke when you were spoken to, and a lot of children have things that need to be heard. We weren't allowed to be heard. And those children that weren't allowed to be heard became parents.
Mm-hmm.
And those not being able to be heard, people had children.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And they're from that school. Go ahead.
You're right. No, you're definitely right. I think even with me, with growing up, my mom, we wasn't a religious family growing up, you know. So my mom did send us to church, but she never really went coming up. I guess because she came from that religious background with my granddad and everything. So when she had us, she would like send us to church when we lived in Detroit, but she didn't really go. My dad definitely didn't go. But when we moved down south, it was like I pretty much raised my brothers. You know what I mean? That's the hard part about it. So when you try to look for guidance, it was hard to get that guidance because my mom worked a lot. So, you know what I'm saying? I know when people be like, yo, how did you like become the man that you are? I just literally watched and mimicked the stuff that I felt like I wanted to be and not the stuff that I saw that was detrimental. You know what I'm saying? Because I try to keep it at a peace. But at the same time, like with my daughter going in this field, are you going to get you a psychiatrist to help you when you have to deal with all these families and all their trauma?
Oh yeah, for sure, baby. I am on the look. I am on the lookout, because you can't help people unless you help yourself. If you don't know your triggers and you don't know what things you can and cannot deal with. Like I know for me personally, I can't be at hospice. I cannot work in hospice when
That's
it comes to people that are like dying, or people, because you know people get out of hospice. You don't. Some people don't stay in hospice forever. But when it comes to that, I know me. I can't deal with that right now.
That's some of the worst shit ever.
Yeah, I'm not mentally prepared to help a family get through grievance, and that's because I haven't had a lot in my lifetime. Thank God for that. But I haven't had a lot to grieve on when it comes to like families dying. So I know I can't put myself into that, but I don't know what other triggers are for me. So yes, I will be getting me a therapist. And psychiatrist, therapist, they're also two different things. One prescribes medicine and one does not.
Right.
So yeah.
But look, let me ask this. We speak on mentorship a lot on this podcast, but it's always within men. You know, so now we have a young woman on here. Is mentorship important within the female community? Are things in place where you have mentors that you can speak to? Because we speak on all the time. We just want to get I think we're in agreement. We want to hear a woman's perspective on the mentorship situation.
Yes.
Mentorship is important. The group of females that I actually associate myself with, all of us, you know, we come together as mentorship, but we also have our separate. I like to deal with older and younger people when it comes to like certain mentorship, because older people can guide you in the right direction, but they're going off of their like past trauma, like don't do this because I did that. And the younger people are just like, okay, if this is what you want to do, then let's set it up to where you don't fail. So I deal with both, but mentorship is very important, especially someone that looks like you. You got to have someone that looks like you.
Let me throw this in there. I want you to finish, but I want you to throw this in there within your response. Do you feel there's a generation gap with the older and younger women, as well as, you know, the men? We all know there's a big generation gap with us and the younger guys. We speak of that all the time. Do you think there's a generation gap between your generation and older females?
Oh no, I don't really think it's a big of a gap, because right now the women that I surround myself with, women that I see, we're hustling and doing things that these 56-year-olds are doing the same time we're doing it. So it's like we're kind of going through the same things, and it amazes the older people. It really does. Like, you're 23, you got your own what? You doing what? You got what? Like, I went through a lot to get here. So it's like, where honestly, I've had conversations with women 40 and up, and they're like, girl, that's some good advice. Like, what? You're this age and you're already spitting out that knowledge. You just have to be able to like adapt, but it's not really a gap. Like, depending on what people go through, depending on the things we went through, it depends if it's a gap or not, depending on who you talk to. But I talk to women that I will aspire to be, and they're pouring into me, and I'm also pouring into them.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
That's
Not the
actually
answer. Not the answer I expected. That was dope.
That was not the answer I expected either. And we
not
talk about
even close.
Her and I talk about a lot of this stuff, and I do be amazed a lot of times. Like, yo, she do got a pretty dope friend group, or then people that she talked to, you know what I mean? And I'll be like, yo, dudes do not have that shit, yo. We do not have that.
Yeah. It's a lot of ways to take it. It also can be that you're blessed to be in a solid situation.
Yeah.
Because situations I have now with my surroundings aren't what I had in my 20s, my 30s, or like early 40s. I didn't have those.
Me too.
I can honestly say if I had some of my surroundings I have now, when I was in my 20s, this podcast might be different. I can't say I would have known him. It definitely been different. Yes, we wouldn't be living here. You know what I mean? And my ooh would be a t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? Because it's
but that's real. Because even me coming up, bro, I had a bunch of leeches around me. And that was my problem. I had a bunch of yes men, and I fell into the yes man mentality. You know what I'm saying? And that wasn't my case. But then I had some dope men around me too, my professors that I'm still cool with to this day. My business mentor was my professor, and he's still my mentor to this day. I could call Mr. Pete right now. It don't matter what time it is, and he's going to give me some advice. He's going to try to point me in the right direction, and he's going to throw me a client. LaShawn, here's a client for you. You know what I mean? He's so stupid, and he looked like us. The professor that taught me about dealing with dealing in Wall Street and how to invest, white guy. I still talk to him and his wife today. But I forgot about those things because I was like, yo, you start thinking, you like, man, you try to, like, you think about your friend groups, and then you realize you got these two older people that's now, 60s and 70s, except for Mr. Pete. It's funny, Mr. Pete are probably like you and I, Trey. He's like 50, and we like right behind each other. He was still going to school, and he was my professor. He was in his doctorate program and my professor at the same time. Yeah. But
imagine the climate of, with my parents, my parents are older than your mother. All the teachers cared. You know what I mean? We ain't had that.
Nah, I ain't had that.
All the teachers back there cared about the kids.
Especially in school, like high school and all that.
But as a parent, you're raising your children, the school is helping raise the children, and the community is helping raise the children. And it boggles my mind how the older generation don't see the difference and what these kids have to fight with. Like the time you put in with your sons, because you're newer to the situation. My son is grown. That wasn't happening. You know what I mean? The parents weren't talking to the kids like that. They wouldn't put in that work with the kids. Got a whole community effort. Now, being a parent is another job. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's a rewarding job. You know what I'm saying? It's a wonderful situation, but there's way more to it. And even dealing with mental health and all these situations, we have to have those conversations with our children. Back in the days, if you were having a bad day acting out of pocket, you might have got a whooping. You might have got to sit to your room. All kind of stuff. Never was a conversation of how was your day, like what's really going on in school. I can remember getting in trouble in school, then getting in trouble at home also. And it was one of those times I really didn't do anything in school. I just got caught up in situations, but there was no outlet for that conversation. And you've had situations with your sons where you've had to have that conversation and maybe even go back to school and have a further conversation and make sure teachers are on point.
Even anytime I talk to my daughter or any of my kids, anybody, the first thing I ask, how was your day?
You do.
That's the first thing. It don't matter. I asked Sean that. Sean come home from school or football or, like he was the camp. How was your day? Davon, I get him. I let him talk. Eric could be looking at me. How you let him talk? I'm like, I hear every 15 words, but
It
just
doesn't
let
matter
him,
if you
just
listen.
let him get it out. Let him get it out. That's always been my thing, because I, you know, Verly, I love her to death. That's, you know, love her to life. I forgot about that's what Trey mentioned. Love her to life.
Love her to life.
She wasn't the one to ask you how your day went, or, you know, just let you vent. You know what I'm saying? So I try to make sure, right? I try to make sure I do this. I do the opposite for mine. Dancia call me, and because that's what we do. She'll FaceTime me. We get to talk. How was your day? And then I stop.
And the word is always ghetto.
Yup, every
Ghetto
time.
gang.
Yup. And then I'll be like, expound, and I'll sit there and let her talk. But because I'm responding, I'm listening. I want to converse. I missed a lot of time. I know we've talked about this on the podcast before. So everyone, you know, by now, if you follow us, you know the dynamics when it comes to me and my daughter. I missed a lot of time. So guess what? I tell her all the time, I got a lot of time to make up, so I'm here to listen. And she'd be like, shut up, but I don't care.
That's dope. That's dope.
I'm listening.
But a challenge that you're going to face, whether immediately or in the future, is going to be a lot of people you speak to never had anybody to talk to ever in their life. So you'll have a person sitting there with you 10, 15 years older than you that has never spoke to anyone. And now they're in a situation where they need to talk to you, and that's going to be the fight. Some people are walking the door willing and just unleash. And some people, everything you say, going to be a one-word answer. And you're going to be sitting here like, well, why the fuck did you come here? But breaking that ice will be the challenge. And once you break the ice, a lot of times those will be beautiful people.
Always.
Yo, the way me and your father talk, we wasn't talking like that years ago. I mean, I don't know how bad he was, but I know I wasn't talking shit.
I kept everything. I got
To that situation where I find myself holding on to stuff when I don't realize I am holding on to stuff. Because one thing people don't get, a person can hear us talking on a podcast, man, and they act like they think we got it all together just because we can speak on it. A lot of times we speak on things because you're going through it. That's why a lot of things I can speak on so vividly and precisely, because I'm fighting for that now. You know what I'm saying? I still need my friends, my support systems. When I do things, sometimes I need that support system around me, because sometimes you still fighting through things. It's not easy. So be that communicating person. One time we joked about it. He told me I don't communicate well sometimes. Sometimes I still get my you do. He was like, yes, I know.
I know I do it too.
We all do that. That's going to be a major challenge, getting people to just open up and really accept what you're bringing to them, because that's going to really make your diagnosis and make your conversation dialogue probably make it up, and you really can have that back and forth. That's the only way it's going to work.
Erica and I had pod. We recorded our pod, right? And I asked a question to the pod, and I did not realize it triggered something in her, and she opened up like on the pod. And she looked at me. I'm talking, when y'all see this, I'm gonna zoom in on the camera. I'm gonna make sure we get that look that she gave me, because I was flabbergasted. And she was like, "You don't tell me shit." She was just like, "You don't talk to me about nothing. You could do a better job." Like, she went in on me, and I was sitting there like, "Ma'am, oh my God!" Like
last week,
right? And she was right, because I don't. She was like about, you know, us letting them in, and I asked a couple questions, and she, like, when I mean she precisely picked me apart right there, and I was just sat there, and I told her, I said, I have nothing to say. You are correct, and I gotta do better job at that, because what it triggered her is because about a month or so, probably a couple weeks ago, I was going through a depression moment for about 2 months. I've been depressed as hell for about 2 months. And she's like, I'm not opening up. My mentality is work through it. You know, TS, I'm going straight into TS mode. We're going to work through it. I'm going to figure it out. And shit wasn't figuring it out. Like, shit just was not figuring out. And it's figured out now. So I'm feel better. But it wasn't figuring out.
Still, as a man, many of us have been through so many situations where we try to talk about a topic, and either women look like we're talking about important, either it's got us like it's some sucker shit, or they just say some, you know what I'm saying, evasive shit at the end is make you feel like, why am I talking to that person? So you kind of stay with that trauma. Even if you're with this wonderful woman that's so very understanding, deep in your mind, you still are having the feeling of that they really don't understand. And worse thing is the vent, and the person not even accepting your ventilation.
That's a fact.
I think like you're like,
I think for me, I got to do better because it's been 14 years. I can't keep using that as an excuse. Me personally,
it's not an excuse. It's more of a situation that has to be worked through, and it can't get worked through unless we do it. What I'm saying is, a lot of times we just stop doing it. I'm not saying it's right. I know it's wrong because I do it. It's not right. Both people got to work on that, and you got to let her know too. Look, when I talk to you, I need you to listen. Like really, like.
Yeah, you're right.
Me and Shay went out and was talking shit in the car. This is life. I need your input.
Right.
You know,
right.
I don't know. Maybe we got to do that.
What you about to say, Dancia? I know. I see the look on your face. I know you about to say something. What you got?
The wheels are turning, honey. The wheels are turning. No, I can honestly say after like, because this is conversations that me and my friends have had also, and honestly, I can say for a lot majority of like the women that I talk to about this topic is a lot of us don't know how to deal when y'all actually do put your emotions out there because we haven't seen it. So it's like when it comes to our Black men actually showing us how they actually feel and stuff, it's like to us, you're being aggressive. Like I don't know how to take that, but it's because we really have never seen it. So some of us have to learn how to understand y'all, and that's a whole nother topic. But if y'all don't understand how y'all feel and y'all don't understand how to put it out, we will never get it. So it's like it takes a lot of time and takes a lot of patience. Yes, it's definitely worth it at the end, but a lot of us women don't know how to see the sign. We'll see the sign, but we don't know how to interact with it. Like
motherfucking accountability. Hold up, bro. My daughter giving a level of accountability out here. I need to hear this.
Yes, I'm saying though, isn't that work from both people?
Yes.
Yes, because if
but the conversation is always that the man needs to work on something though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's if I can only work on it and figure it out once he figure it out. Once you figure out how you want to put your emotions out there, because okay, say this. If you tell me one day I don't want to talk about it, leave it alone. And I leave it alone, and the next day you mad because I left it alone, baby, you confusing me.
Oh no, that's crazy.
It's stuff like that. It's just like
we ain't doing that over here.
Like some topics you want me to ask about, some topics you don't want me to ask about. But it's all in like being patient, because at the end of the day, y'all are patient with us. We have to be patient with you. So if we want to understand your feelings, we have to sit down and understand it. So those are those conversations come from. You have to have those conversations.
All right, now I respect that statement because I was sitting here like, hold up now, but you're right. You can't do it. And I've been guilty of that. I have been fully guilty of that. Telling E, nah, I'm good. And then the next day I'm mad, like, damn, she ain't checking on the nigga. I'm struggling. And I'm like, and I had to, but I never said anything. I had to think to myself, Sean, you just told her that you good. So either you're going to stay good or you're going to really sit down and vent about it. So no, you're right. You're right.
If you look at it, men and women really do the same thing with communication. We just do it differently.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, neither one of us tell each other everything. Neither one of us are fully understanding, and neither one of us always makes sense either. But we know what we feel and the origin of it, and we expect other people to understand the origin of what we feel. Like, all right, woman ask you something.
Right.
Close to being good. Right. But you said you good, so she left you alone. And then part of you, like you said, like, damn, she just went upstairs. I didn't say go upstairs. You know what I mean? So, I think both can do better. I think, those conversations are definitely dope for relationships, man, keeping it tight, man, because as you get older too, man, you don't want all this stuff still not resolved and still confused about stuff. Like, those you've been with your wife, man, a lot of that stuff, man, when you really get it together, you laugh at it like, damn, that's all you had to do is just... I mean, like sometimes somebody tell you what's really wrong, you be like, "That's all. No, let's do this." Woo, woo, woo. And then all that just. Woo.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. So, Dancia, let's get into this. Now that you know me, you know the tall Black guy. Did it help clear up any of your like thoughts of who I am and why you act a certain way or why you think certain ways?
Yes. First of all, half my face is your face. Half my face is definitely your face. And it did clear up a lot of ways that I think when it comes to certain things. a lot of ways that happen.
yeah. It'd be funny because when we talk about stuff, you know, over these past few years, we talk about stuff, and I'd be like, "That's my thought pattern." I'd be like, "Oh my God." It's weird for me because it's like, with, you know, a human being that you help create, you haven't had a relationship with, but that person is exactly like you, and you like, nigga, that tells you genes pass down. That it really passes down, because I look at Erica even said it. She was like, "Yeah, TallShon got your name, but that's your junior." Like, she was like, "That's Junior right there." Like, he's more like me. That's you right there. And I'll be laughing. I'll be like, "Yeah, we have a lot of the same thinking and whatnot." Now, because like I said, you know what I mean, everyone knows this dynamic. When I hit you up, what was your thought process when I first sent you a message?
First, I was like, who is this in my request box?
Right.
Definitely a request box. I read it halfway. I stopped reading it and I said, I'm delusional. Sit together. And then I read it again, and then I started crying. I was like, what the fuck? Like, it was senior year, spring break, the last 2 days.
Yep.
So I'm getting ready to graduate, and I'm just like, pump the motherfucking brakes. I actually went to the profile. I said, yeah, that's that nigga. This is this nigga, because I'm like, somebody is playing on my phone. Somebody's playing on my phone. But then I went to the profile and I was like, for sure.
Yeah. Trey, I know we talked about it before, but I hit my kid up on social media. That's how we rekindle.
You told me.
I know, but you know, in case everybody,
I actually forgot though. So you said again.
I watched her page for a year and a half before I said anything.
It was a stalker.
Yeah, I stalked the hell out of her. I stalked the hell out of her.
I told him about that.
Yes.
Don't do that. I block parents at a certain level of my life. Unblock, block.
I stalked her, snatched photos. Everything.
That first conversation is always tough in any situation, especially that scenario, because you never know how a child is going to react. You don't know what information is put in the child's head. I mean, my situation is different, but I had like maybe a year and a half separation from my son. I was loosely separated, and you know, it's just tough having that first conversation. He made it easy though, but one day you just wake up and like, I'm sure he did, like, yo, this my daughter, yo, like whatever.
Yep. No, bro, I had this note written out. I wrote this iteration of this note 20,000 times. I put it in a notepad. That's when I had just an Android. Erased it, rewrote it. And then one morning I said, fuck it. It was one night, I think. It was at night. It was at night. It was late at night, too.
It was late.
It was late at night. Late. I wanted to do it and close the phone and go to sleep. Because if I did it, and I would have watched it all day. I did it. I put it, boom, went to sleep. Woke up. I looked, no response. Look, a response. I said, oh, shit. Yo, oh, no, I still got the note. I still got the response. I was like, oh, shit, she responded. And then we try to have a dialogue, and then I did what niggas do. I put some bullshit on social media about her mama. Because I was still upset. Yeah, and she blocked me. But you know, I got 20 accounts. I hit her up from the other account. Bad days. 5 days in a row, every day. I'm still here.
For you. You probably heard it though.
Yeah.
What is it?
What you say?
My nickname for you.
Oh, I probably forgot. I don't remember now.
I had a nickname for him for all my friends. But I was going through. We called, because he would only send me Instagram videos for 3 or 4 months of our relationship. It was just us laughing at videos. We called him memes. We did.
Yes. Yeah, I did hear that.
Like everybody in my business.
Right. So I did that to break the ice.
Yeah, memes are icebreakers though. They're definitely icebreakers.
Because even now, well, not as much now. But at one point, I don't care now. We talking. But back then it was like, I don't want to be intrusive because I'm new to her life now. I ain't going nowhere now. We done communicated. I ain't going no goddamn way. You can block me on this account. I got another account. You can block me on that account. I guess what? I got another account. For the longest, I had a troll account. I was gonna hit you from that if you was gonna block my business account. so so for the long, it was like, for me, it was like, all right, cool. But I understood it. I understood. Like, it was weird. It was crazy. Just like you cried, I cried like a motherfucker. But when we got together and we had quick meal, went to grab a bite to eat, and we were just sitting there talking. It was like
it was good vibes,
right? Yeah, because I'm a cool person. And just, you don't know that until we actually sit and build, and then we start talking, and next you know, it was a floodgates. I tell people all the time, I said, look, I wasn't in my daughter's life for a great part of her life, but me and her close like this. Like, you can't tell me nothing about her. I don't care what you got to say. I will punch you in your throat. Like, don't talk about my baby. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk about my baby, yo. But it was weird. It was scary. Erica was happy for me because I talked about you. She knew about you. She already knew you. She already knew she know you. She know your mom. She know everybody too. So it's weird. It's so fucking weird that everybody know, but nobody was like, her mother and I were young, bro. We were young, and we both were misled. So we hated each other off of misleading information from others. We let too many people. This is why I'm adamant. This is why I'm adamant about never letting anyone in your relationship. Yeah. I mean, I am very adamant about that.
Because everybody's judging a relationship off the information they have. And the only time a woman talks about you is when you do something wrong. You know what I mean? So that's all they know is the wrong stuff you did. And us too, most of us, we're not telling each other, man, my woman is amazing. You're calling and be like, man, let me tell you what this woman did. Now you automatically don't like her. Made up with her like 3 months ago. And you look at her like, shit.
Yep. That's why I said keep family out your shit, bro. Because family they have their own thought about you. And the whole time, y'all done made up. Y'all done figured it out. Y'all on the path of growth. And these motherfuckers over here, why you still fucking with that person?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why, like, she was with her little relationship. I stayed out of it. I ain't like this nigga. And I used to tell Trey. I used to tell Trey, I don't like this little nigga. I don't know. I don't know. But I said I'm gonna stay out of it.
I was the Lulu.
Yeah, but as a father, you probably not gonna hardly like anybody in the beginning.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I'm reasonable, bro. I had liked him at first, didn't I? Didn't I like him at first? At first for a little while.
You tried.
I tried.
You did try.
I did try. I tried to hook him up, music people, everything. For my daughter. But as soon as that shit ended, I called niggas. Fuck that fat nigga, bro.
He do music? What he sing? He sing or something?
Now he a musician and he a producer.
Musician. Oh,
yeah, producer. He wasn't a bad producer neither. But you get no play
guys.
over here. None of my niggas is fucking with you. You could send him a beat. If I see your tag, fuck that nigga, B. All right. And you know they're gonna do it.
God. Jesus.
They gonna do it. It's like, y'all know, TS said we can't fuck with him, so we're not gonna fuck with him. But so in relationships, let me ask this question. Next going forward, you get into a little situation. Should I continue doing what I've been doing? Or should I say something and be like, hey, Dancia, look out for this? But I'm not telling you not to fuck with him, but look out for this.
First off, the man gotta meet Bubby first. If Bubby said, I don't like that nigga, he gotta go.
Yeah, Davon different.
From the beginning, Bubby did not like it from the beginning. Bubby was like, I don't like it. Why she can't come here by herself? But no, on serious note, I don't plan on bringing nobody around y'all unless like I'm like borderline, like halfway down that aisle. Like it gotta be.
You shouldn't though.
I'm not bringing like that. That's a wrap. That's a wrap for me. Like I'm not. So like the next person y'all ever like meet when it comes to me, I had to really be on some, like we had to really have some talks. We had to really have some game plans in place. And he really got to have it's a list. He got to have most of the stuff on that list. Because everybody got a girl at the end of the day. We are still young. But you see a red flag, hit me with it. Like,
hey, that nigga, you better not come around here with no wedding ring on talking about something. Dad, I'm getting married. No. If that nigga don't come and talk to me first, we gonna have a problem. I'm gonna be a spoiled asshole. I'm gonna be a nigga now.
You're an asshole anyway.
Give me the red. Give me a red flag in a polite way.
Okay. All right. I like that. I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that at all. Cause you ain't gotta worry about me getting in no more relationships.
Yeah, because we're not talking.
Yeah.
I'm talking to E.
Yo, Erica got my family on lock anyway. That's the sad part about it. My mom already said, if you leave her, you know we still cool, right? I'm like, what? And she was like, yeah, she got your kids. And if she didn't, that's my girl. Like, I don't care about nothing you got going. I'm inviting her all the cookouts. I'm like, whoa, Mom.
Don't invite me. Don't take me to see nobody. Maybe I don't like you. We can fight. But
oh, no, I'm good. I ain't going nowhere. I don't even think Trey would talk to me if I left E.
I mean, I'll talk to you, but I look at you like you're stupid. I mean, you'll always find somebody maybe prettier, maybe more money and all of that shit. That's like taking a drug, bro. When that high is over, it's like, damn.
It's a waste of energy.
Yeah, this is bullshit. I'm just tired and balls hurt, right? Like I didn't do nothing. It ain't worth it. It's hard to find that bond with somebody. But let me ask you this, changing the subject a little bit, but also staying on topic. Within music and the media, right? And how females are represented. How do you feel about that as being a young woman?
You love that shit, bro.
Like at the end of the day, it's just like what people do on social media is not their real life. Like at the end of the day,
sometimes it is.
But everybody doesn't put like their personal business or what they really do online. Everything you see in my mind, everything you see online is fake. It's a facade. We just here for entertainment. Like you're an entertainer, and if you want to pop your coochie online and make your money, sis, do what you do. I'm not popping mine online. I can worry about it myself.
Well, I'm also like
I'm gonna knock your ass out.
I'm also like media as far as movies, TV, and music, more so than everyday people. Everyday people, they just follow what they see. They just some lost individuals. A lot of these women, I'm not going to discuss them. I'm just talking about what media is promoting to people as far as the music. Because the music is even more graphic. Even the clean versions that are played on radio, even though I don't listen to radio, I know it's on there. Even the clean versions are dirty.
I think most people are surprised that women don't care to not show it out in public anymore. It's always been around. Like y'all music back in y'all day, even though y'all went around the topic, y'all still said some wild mess. It's just now we don't care to like hide it or just be like, okay, let's not say this word, say that. They don't care no more. Like I'm gonna say what I want to say. This has been on my chest. I'm gonna say it. Like
I feel that, but in our day, and not even defending anybody's lyrical content, music was still being made. Mm-hmm. I mean, you have a woman that said her pussy pink and her asshole is brown. Like, what is musical about that?
That's probably about the only thing that is wild to me. That might have been the wildest shit I've ever heard.
That's not even an attempt to make music. And the other woman talking about eating ass and switching. I don't understand. Like, that's extreme. I'm not judging anybody though. We're not judging. It's just
we actually
laugh at it.
Her name is Sexy Red, right? Sexy Red.
One is Sexy Red. The other one is Suki with the good coochie. What?
Yeah, Sukiana. Like, yo, hear you say that, but is it wild thing.
The music, the stuff that they're saying, those are like conversations you have with your homegirl. Like they're putting our conversations out there. Like that's what I'm saying. They're not hiding it. They're putting our conversations out there. That's how we talk when we with each other.
Okay, but this stuff is on the radio, and I'm not blaming the artist. I'm more so blaming the machine and the system, right? I'm just speaking on the artist because that's what you're hearing. I mean, you have a young child in the car, and you're just listening to regular radio. You can't beep out, "I'm eating his ass."
Yo, it's funny that you say that.
They know what's being said. Certain songs you can't even beep out.
Yo, that song come on. And Davon says all the time, Bubby says all the time, Dad, turn that song. Because because this is what he said. He said, that is a nasty song, Daddy. He's never heard the dirty version. He's only heard the clean version on the radio. And he was like, why is she talking about her booty hole? I was like, oh, my God. I was like, oh, my God.
I mean, there's a place for everything, but, man. Like,
I'll say this. The problem is right now with Trey is that it's so many young female rappers now, and so we hear it a lot. At one time, it was always drug gun talk on the radio with the guys. I'm fucking this bitch, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and we hear abundance of that. The sad part is, as soon as we hear a female talk in that manner, it's like, oh shit, we're clutching our pearls. I can't believe she's talking like that. And the sad part is, so many and not even the sad part is, the part of it is right now in the industry is so many of them that a lot of dudes are shocked to hear it. I'm not mad at the female rapper. Me and her we had this debate just the other day about female rappers. She tried to say I didn't like somebody that I actually like a lot. Flo Milli is one of my favorites. I like Flo Milli.
You like her because I put you on. You were hating at first.
Oh, I told you I had her music before the world heard her.
All right.
She's from Miami.
I am not a fan of female rappers.
I wasn't either. I wasn't either at one time. I wasn't at one point. I wasn't either.
Not saying there aren't any female rappers that I like. I'd be lying, but I've just never been a big fan.
I think people, when it comes to mainstream stuff, yes, that's what's making the most money is what you're gonna hear the most.
Facts.
But if you back up and look behind that, there's some really
dope ones.
Dope lyrical female artists.
Of course, yeah, there's plenty of them.
But you're not gonna get as much clout as me saying some reckless ass shit. You're not going to get as that much clout for that.
That's a fact.
But saying that reckless shit, a lot of these people are here today in September and they're going by November.
But same thing with the guys. All that drill rap shit. Think about it. Lil Durk and Lil Baby, they fall into the wayside right now. Them little niggas,
they had a good run. You
don't hear nothing from them bros.
They had a crazy. That's the example you're using. They had a crazy run. I'll take it.
Bro, if you look at it, it really wasn't that long. It's probably been a year.
No, but I'm talking about it was a crazy run, though. That run just went bananas. But I know what you're saying.
Right.
There's people that have been less than that and didn't do nothing.
Right. So, of course, right now in urban music, just as someone that's engulfed in it, right now, the labels are only pushing for a 6 to 8 month run with all these artists right now when it comes to urban side. You got the other side, they push it for longevity. The sad part is the other side are doing our music, but they're reaping more of the benefits of it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look at Taylor Swift was literally all country at one time. She's now pop, and if you notice, she's doing a little bit of R&B too. She's catering. No, listen to it. Listen to the project. You'll be shocked. You'll be like, what the fuck am I listening to?
I will never know.
My problem is I listen to everything. So
yes, I'm not listening to it.
That's the A&R in me. That's the A&R in me. I listen to everything. And it's sad. It's sad. I love and promote the women. No, we was at the radio station just the other day, right? When the dude asked about young artists that's coming up in the area, I named more female artists than I did guys. I named more local female artists than I did guys. And it's not because I couldn't name more guys. It's just because these girls are nice. And I'm like,
he probably knew about the guys though. He wanted you to tell him names he didn't know about, and that's what you did.
I can also
so you gave him a perfect answer.
What'd you say, Pep?
There's more longevity with us female rappers too, because a lot of the male rappers are getting killed off. Like y'all still doing hood stuff, but you're in the mainstream thing. So it's like a lot of them are rapping too. A lot of them are dying. So it's just like female rappers aren't as dying as fast or getting killed as fast as these male rappers. So you're gonna have a abundance of female rapper or female artists, because a lot of the male artists that are actually good, they're dying early.
That's a fact. We had
but they're dying before they even blow. Like
blow good.
It's never
pause.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh Lord.
Whoa.
Flag on the
Whoa. Whoa.
What just happened?
In front of my kid.
Yeah,
this is a wild scenario in front of the baby.
How about you got a big group? Let's big group. What I'm saying, unsigned rappers that bubble in their communities are dying at young ages. Like you see on Instagram all the time, rapper what dies, and you be like, rapper, who's this guy?
Right.
And then you see it again.
So it was like a 2-month span where we lost like 3 or 4 like really good bubbling artists.
Yeah, the disregard for life and respect for each other's existence, it just keeps getting
But that's bad in our community. That's the shit that's wild that I don't understand. We should be at a point now where Yes, I don't believe in black and black crime. It's all about proximity. It's all about where we live at, how we live. Normally, crime and death happens with the people that you see the most. Even it happens in white communities.
Let's give it a different name then. Let's give it a different name. It's the same thing.
But you know how white communities, they have the same thing. They have high death, high murder, but it's not televised as much as ours.
We don't care about their communities.
We don't.
I don't.
You know what I mean? So that's why I think when people talk about black on black crime, like, yo, we got to chill. It's all about proximity that happens. But at the same time, we do have to have a better regard of life, especially our younger generation. Like these kids, when I listen to Sean's music, Sean right now, he's at that age where it scares me. Because these kids are literally walking up the street having fun, and 3 of them jumping out, spraying up. I watch a young man that's 14 years old online walk down the block. 3 guys jump out the car and they shot his ass up as he's running away from him. And all I could think in my mind, that's TallShon. Because he listens to that music. He wants to go hang out with his friends. Some of them kids, he is sad, but sometimes he's attracted to hang around with dudes they ain't got no home training. They doing the most. And
well, we did it to our own communities though. Look at the environments. Like if I'm with you and the kids come around, we downstairs setting up the pod. We downstairs discussing something. Or if I'm in the living room, you know, one of your sons will always end up jumping on my side or some shit. I don't know where he be coming from, fast ass running around.
Davon be with it.
So, you know what I'm saying? But I walk in there like a man. That's what they see.
Right.
Some kids, when they walk to see their pops, the weed is on the table, the guns might be on the table, all this kind of stuff. So they grow up seeing that, then they become desensitized to that environment.
Yep.
You know what I mean? The drug game ain't new. People getting shot ain't new. What's
it ain't.
crazy is the lack of respect for people's existences is crazy. And people our age, they're putting the drugs and the guns in the hands of these young people. When we came up, they were trying to take that away from us. If we had a talent,
especially if you had a talent, yep.
You had a talent, they're coming with you to play ball. They might even pay for you to get some new sneakers so you can go out there and hoop.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They might come with you to that environment to make sure you're safe coming home because that neighborhood is rough.
Yep.
Or even if you're just a good student, they might meet you at the bus stop and make sure you come home and don't get your stuff stolen from you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So the whole environment, and it's not to cut you off, but it trickles down from what we talked about earlier. It's a domino effect of not caring. That's inherited. More so than anything. You have no care parents, there's a good chance you have no care children that's going to make more no care children. That's why I hate when people say, my mother raised me this way and I'm okay. You are not okay.
You are not.
You are not okay. I just watch you beat up your daughter with fists. Why is that okay? And I did see that before. Why is that okay? What do you mean?
Yeah.
You think you're okay? That's not okay.
No, it's not. It's not. No, you're
these
totally right.
Kids, these are the kids that have to hang out with your son. That was my biggest thing with my son. We can send him to private school. We can do all of these things. We can have him in AAU. We can have him computer camps and all of this. But there will be times where he's with these other children.
Yep.
There's a good chance he's going to see somebody get shot, robbed, commit a crime, or do some old crazy shit that out of his mind. And my son still ended up seeing traumatic environments, even though we placed him away from it, because you can't hide from the realities of society. The realities of our communities is it's fucked up. And nobody cares about life. And with a young lady, it's even scarier because these niggas is crazy.
Oh my God.
Man.
Oh my God. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? They're crazy, man.
That's another thing that scared me with her ass with dating, because dog, niggas be doing the most. They too emotional. I've never seen a batch of emotional issue men I've ever seen in my life. These young dudes they have no emotional intelligence, none whatsoever. I'm like, what is going on, son?
Just to break up with a man is dangerous for these women, because a man won't accept a breakup. We didn't do all that. We be in our feelings a little bit.
We be in our feelings.
But there were a few people that went too far, but everybody knew who was the women beaters. And you go warn women, hey, he known to touch women. You leave that guy alone. Now it's like, yo, dudes just get mad. And they actually do what people said they would do in our generation. People always said, if I can't have you, nobody can have you. But they ain't do nothing. Now these people, they say that, yeah, they might do something.
I never said that. I have a 30-day rule. Once we break up, I'm 30 days of trying.
But I've heard plenty of women say that. I don't know about 30 days, but like as I got older, as I told you, I realized I didn't have relationships like I thought I did. I didn't have any.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you're young, you think you're in a relationship because you consistently be with a person.
Whoa.
You know what I'm saying? And it's far from that.
Whoa.
And it's
That's
far
a good
from
one.
that.
That's a
It
good
is
one.
far from that. And a lot of women like consistency because they don't want to be having sex with random people.
Mm-hmm.
And if you pick the right guy, it'll work because maybe he'll grow with you and y'all can evolve. And it's dope. You know what I'm saying?
Man, we're not going to talk about sex. I don't want to hear that from her. I know she's grown. I know she's active. I don't want to hear
Ain't it directly. I'm just agreeing.
Don't say it.
I'm gonna leave it alone for that old man getting his feeling, his daddy feeling.
Right. Honestly, for like us, for like female wise, it's not just the men my age, it's the men older than me too. 35, 36.
We don't know those guys.
They is 40. They is wild. They're wilding as well. Like it's not even just the like breaking up or just saying no thank you.
Yeah.
People are getting killed for saying no thank you.
Yeah.
And then now I'm rude, now I'm a bitch and all this stuff. And it's just like, sir, I told you no twice. You still proceed to come over here. Now you're getting cussed out and now I'm getting shot. Like it makes no sense. And then
that's my biggest fear. Because y'all women do not know how to walk away when they get in their feelings. They're gonna say something slick. And then that dude gonna react.
If I'm pumping my gas and I'm telling you I'm good, thank you, appreciate you, and you're still going, I gotta still get pump this gas regardless of me leaving or what.
Right,
sir,
that's a fact.
I'm okay. You can say the bare.
You're right.
Yeah, I mean, some dudes just won't give. That's scary to me though. It's scary.
It's very
scary.
We talked about that with our ladies, bro. We talked about that with our ladies. Like, Erica can go someplace and the guy be like, "Oh, you're beautiful," and then she be like, "Oh, thank you," and go about her business and like, "Oh, you got a man? Yes, I'm married. He's a lucky man." And they keep going and going and going, and she's sitting there like, "Yo, I just told you I got a husband."
First of all, that's the corniest line ever.
That's the
corniest line ever, bro.
Nigga, you don't know if I'm lucky, man. I might be in purgatory, dog.
Yeah,
this woman might be crazy.
You know what I mean? Like, you're a lucky man. Let's shut your ass up. Man, you let that go. You broke up with that.
Are you happy that blows me?
Oh yeah, no, she get that too.
You remember the meme we saw?
Even if I wasn't, leave me alone.
Nah, that's what this chick said. She had a meme. And she was like, if you ask him, am I happy? She's like, no, I'm not happy. My relationship is in turmoil, but that's my husband and we're working through it.
Word.
And I was like, I've never heard somebody communicate that.
Yes.
I thought that was dope. Yeah, no, me and my wife ain't happy, but she mine.
Yeah. And we gonna figure this out.
We trying.
It's crazy. And nowadays it's so easy to find, like, just to search up someone's name, find an address, phone number. So they're wilding. Like
social media got y'all messed up. You know, we had phones where we had a busy signal.
Well, she kind of grew up. She was born in that era.
Yeah, but she was young. She wasn't really out there. We had the busy signal. People would pop up at your door and ring the doorbell. Y'all ain't really got no problem.
That's what her mama did. Popped up at my door, rung my doorbell.
Yeah, if you look back on it was some caveman shit back then, man.
How you doing?
You got a side chick at the crib, think you doing something, your girl at the door, ding, ding. You be like, whoa.
And we do that now. I pull up on your ass.
Now that's pretty extreme. Like, I don't answer the door if I don't know you coming. So, you'll be outside.
You think I'll be outside?
I ain't gonna lie. That was my past life. I was that same way. This is bad, but I should be saying this with my daughter-in-law. But I was messing with two women at the same time. I had one girl at the house, another one knocked at my door, and I went to the door and peeked through the door. I'm like, "How may I help you today?" She was like, "You're not gonna let me in?" Nah, I can't let you in here right now.
You went to the door? I'm not.
Yeah, I went to the door.
I'm not going to the door.
I think what's crazy now is a lot of us females don't care. We don't do the charades no more. Okay, sir, you don't want to be with me? Okay, and it's funny how it irritates y'all spirit. Well, some dudes, yeah. It's like you say this you'll say, "I don't want to waste shit. We can just chill." And the female say, "Okay, that's fine. I didn't plan on being with you anyway." Now your feelings is hurt, huh?
Yeah, no, I've seen a bunch of dudes be.
I'm good with that.
Me too. I prefer that.
I have to be connected to you for you to say anything that affects me. If I'm involved with you, and you say some old slick shit, even if I know you didn't mean it. that shit hurt a little bit. I might act like it didn't, but when I'm sitting home by myself, that's the main thing I hate about living by myself now. When shit hurt, it kind of hurts for real. And I'm calling this dude and be like, yo, son, like, I don't even want to leave the house right now. I feel fucked up.
No,
and
bro.
It didn't hurt at first. Now I feel bad.
Yo, that's the thing. For like, I can't speak for all men, but I know for us, the woman that we care about, you could say something. That'd ruin my damn day. I'd be sitting there. God, Erica could say something to me and I'd be sitting over there sulking.
Yeah,
like, what? Yeah, what the fuck she saying for?
I don't want to eat. I go to the gym, work out crazy hard, then I feel worse.
Yeah.
Man, you better say, I ain't like the way you said that.
It took me 2 days.
Even that. They might be right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They might be right.
Word.
So
Word.
It's different scenarios. It isn't always
word.
So we keep it a band on here. It could be them totally right.
Yeah.
But sometimes I talked to my father about this. This is one of the few times me and my father had the real conversation. Sometimes you have to step away from a situation. And everybody's step away is different. It might be an hour. Some people got to step away a few days. And you think about something that was said to you or something that happened around you. When you step away from it, it's different. You be like, damn.
Yes.
I kind of do need to fix
when
that.
you think about it. Like I said, me and Erica Pye, when she said it and I sat there and looked, I listened, I ingested what she said. And then after the pod was over, I sat here, I had moved the footage and I sat here and I was like, God damn, she was right. You're like, all right, let me try to fix this and fix this one moment.
Yeah, as women, y'all gotta understand too, when you build a bond with a man, I'm not talking about like when you're young and just getting started and building, but when you really have a relationship and both of you genuinely love each other and you know when you have that, which still isn't perfect, still requires work.
Yes.
Like we're not intentionally putting you in positions of not understanding what's going on or making you feel like we're being distant. You know what I'm saying? The difference
don't know how to deal with them feelings sometimes.
No, but I'll tell you this as a young woman, the thing with a lot of men, we can have issues with you and we won't say anything. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Men a lot of times pick our battles with women because we don't want that tension with y'all. So you might aggravate us 10 times and we don't say nothing to the 11th time. Y'all say something else like the first time, second time.
Third time.
And then a lot of times a woman will have the situation of, and some women say this, I give you all of me. I make all these sacrifices. Woo, woo. Both people are making sacrifices. It's just one is nipping stuff in the bud and the other one is trying to wear that pain. Not saying women don't wear pain. We just do it differently.
Yes, we do.
And that conversation a lot of times doesn't work because before I'm finished talking, a woman's going to cut me off.
The woman that you dealt with. Put emphasis on that.
Yeah, I'm not the guy that had that woman you dealt with situation.
Some women, because
I wasn't doing a lot of dealing. Of course, it's not all women. See, you got that from your father. Nothing is all encompassing. I'm saying what the dominant personality is to cut a nigga off.
Yeah, yo, you hear what he said? You got that from your father.
Yeah, because your pops doing that. He do that bullshit every time I say something. Not everyone. I'm like,
it's not everyone.
Come on, man. I didn't say everybody now. Come on, man.
Be around.
Nothing is all encompassing, but a lot of people, that's what goes on more so than an understanding person that really wants to hear you out. And it can be the person you select, the person you're attracted to at the time, the person that's attracted to you, but we have to learn that also.
That's a fact. We definitely have to learn that. I had to change up. I had to change up everything that I was attracted to. I thought I was attracted to. Because I kept picking the same woman over and over for a while.
Certain levels of deviance as a man, we gotta have.
That's a fact.
Women do that too. Y'all know that, right?
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, but we just say we do it.
Y'all stupid asses have babies from these niggas that y'all know y'all shouldn't even be doing that with. That's the dumbass shit.
My baby daddy ain't shit. He wasn't shit from the beginning.
Now that's bold. I can't.
The baby don't make him better.
I'm not doing it. I can't.
I don't want to hear that shit.
That'd be the issue. Y'all turn around and get knocked up by this ain't shit nigga. Y'all done had 4 ain't shit niggas in a row that y'all saying shit, and they got 4 babies. I'm like, and then find the good nigga that's like really the one, and he's like, well,
I tell you like this.
It's hard.
You get in some bullshit and Pops pull up and I'm in the car, you might as well go ahead and get in your car and leave. We about to tear that house up.
So I done told her.
If I gotta come with him, that shit gonna get ugly. I'm trying to tell you.
No shenan. I'm not getting into no shenan.
I done told her.
It ain't got nothing to do with you.
It ain't got nothing to do with you.
You can be minding your business.
Yep.
When he ring the bell and you see a gray beard around the corner, just get the fuck out the way.
I'm not thinking. Please go. Please leave. It's okay.
No, it's too late now.
It's too late. We here.
If I come all the way out there, it's going down. I promise.
Trey, I swear to God, bro. Her and I just literally talked about this, and I told her, I said, if I bring Trey or if I bring Shamar, I don't want to hear shit. You can't talk to us now because we've already in Fayetteville now. We are already here.
We on the court now. We on the court.
But then he be mad when I don't call him for stuff.
we on the court. He called the play. Now it's time to execute.
Oh, no.
All you gonna look back and be like, that's all you gonna hear. You be like, oh no, why are they doing that to him?
De-escalate. I like to de-escalate.
Yeah.
No.
Hands
this what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pick you up. Move you over
there. Sir, please leave. My daddy is on the way. Please.
Yo, it's funny, and this is funny, and I'm gonna bring this up. I don't care. She had a small situation, and her mama said, "Is them people on the way?" And then she said, because that's what her mom referred to us as, them people, because And she said, "Is Shamar with him?" And she was like, "I think so." She said, "I feel for that boy, baby." She let it be known. Nigga, we've known for the bullshit. We know.
No, I did not want to man.
Man, if I knew when you say that
young men, period, need to be more respectful. I mean, men and women have tension all the time, but the way men carry, like, I've never been disrespectful to a female ever to a point to where any altercation would occur.
Never.
And I understand, and I understand any father, brother, or close friend that wants to defend, their female loved one. But
I always say this. I get you. I say this though. Don't put your hands on anyone. Don't be the initiator. Never be the initiator.
I don't understand that either. That's kind of stupid. That's really stupid. Because I know a few women that are known for putting their hands on guys.
I've been taught if you man enough to put your hand on a man, you man enough to get your ass hit back. Like, no, keep your hands to yourself.
Oh, your generation crazy. They'll fight your ass.
Oh, for sure. My hands.
Them men, your generation will fight y'all. Like we might take. Let me say what? Maybe 2 punches. Maybe 2, 1.5. Maybe the second one grazed, but that third one. Whoa, okay.
My ex-wife, bro, had me backed in a corner, slapped me one time. I looked at her. She slapped me twice. I said, "Go ahead, get the third one." She slapped me a third time. I picked her ass up and I sat her down. I held her up, put her arms together. I looked at her. I said, "See, I am stronger than you. Those hits did nothing. Keep your hands to yourself," and sat her ass down. And then I left. It's like, yo, I'm not gonna. One thing I'm not gonna never do is hit a woman.
And a female should keep her hands to herself. That's bold. Swinging is bold. That's a trigger. Look, that man mama used to beat him. Now you getting your butt whooped because of that man mama. Keep your hands
That is a reality.
That's a trigger. That is a trigger.
You might have came up with a mother that whooped his ass on the regular. That's a good one.
That's a good one. I never even thought about that.
I never thought of that one, but I know some guys used to get some serious whoopings.
Now you done hit him upside the head. His mama hit him with a belt that one time, and now click. Now
but man, some of these women, they'll go get the gun, shoot your ass. They grew up with a daddy whipping their ass and raping them.
Yes.
Now he did.
My daughter ain't grow with that, but she better bring her gun. If a nigga hit her, you shoot that nigga. We got lawyer money. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Self-defense. Put that nigga down. I'll call the lawyer ASAP. Hey, go get her. Fuck all the other shit. Nigga hit you, you pop his ass.
That's a bold motherfucker. That is a
yeah, he is, man.
I mean, I've never hit a woman in my life, man. We joke about it all the time, but it's a serious situation.
I never hit you in a manner of hurt. I hit you in the way that you like.
I mean, yeah, and he's passionate. We can get a little violent once in a while.
That's why I did that.
I can't say anything reckless, but you can say the bullshit you just said. All right.
Hey, yo, Trey, this is what I do. Every time we on the phone, I say one shenanigan thing. I got to get one off, and she be looking at me like, "Come on, dude." Just saying.
The funny thing is, like, if my son is on this podcast, he can say all kind of outlandish shit, and we don't even flinch.
You know, No, I don't care. She can say all that she want, but it's funny.
There's certain things you don't want to hear us say. Cut it
That's
out.
a fact. That's a fact. That is a fact.
I don't want to hear that shit.
I was just about to say that. It's certain things I don't want to hear.
So we complain about the double standard, but on this podcast, the double standard is in effect.
Oh yes, I know. No.
So, Dancia, quick question. Quick one. You got anything you want to ask us or me?
No, earlier I was going to ask, do y'all guys feel like the podcast is a part of your self-care? Self-care is very, very important. It really does help your mental health. So do y'all think this is part of y'all self-care? This is like y'all own personal care.
Yes.
Yeah, we spoke about it on the podcast several times. It is because we've had episodes where I could tell my brother was going through a lot of things. I'm going through some things now. So it is because throughout a busy day, like I work a lot of hours, unfortunately, at this point. You know, he has a lot of projects going on, then has a wife and kids at home, and we both really, I'm not gonna say busy, we both stay scheduled, right?
Yes.
So a lot of times those conversations can't be had. And we get on here, sometimes things come while we're talking. And a lot of times we can laugh through things. There's been episodes where we kind of got a little misty through a few things where certain things might hit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And our podcast is on video, so it's not like we hide none of that. If something happens and it hits one of us in our spirit, I mean, so be it.
Yeah. You
know what I'm saying? That's one of the reasons why we put it together. And we named it the way we named it, and we speak how we speak. When we was just at the radio station, not knowing, he spoke to me about the podcast, and of course he's with me, so we both do that. And we had the whole room shut down for the time we spoke. Shut it down. We actually had a mini pod that we could have shared with people if it was recorded. You did record some of it. We had something we can actually share for promo because we actually went in and it was impromptu, which made it dope. So that was a moment of self-care for other individuals also in the room. You know what I mean? There's power in words in their usage, and we don't use that power because we speak a lot of things that don't have life. You know what I'm saying? We got to bring our conversations to life. And this is what we do here. This is what we did there. And I think that set the blueprint from whenever we go somewhere. That's how we're going to do it.
I think for me, Dancia, is this. Sometimes I need male camaraderie. You know what I'm saying?
We all do.
Yeah, that's a fact. And for me, I'm always at home. I'm a homebody that just at this ripe age of 42, I'm just home. I've been in these streets a lot, and I don't care to go in them unless if I go outside, I go outside with a purpose. And if you notice, every time I really go outside, I go outside because of him. So I'll go and get up with him. You know what I mean?
Be running out.
Yep. So that's what it be. So for me, it's like, all right, cool. When I come and be able to cut this camera on, set this microphone up, I get to talk to my brother in a manner that only my brother understands. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes Erica even says like, yo, I like that conversation that you guys had because that's a conversation you couldn't have with a woman probably. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that camaraderie. It's things that we can say that he understands that most, if you're not a man will understand. And this is therapeutic. This is literally, I do enough talking through the day. I don't do a lot of talking, to be honest with you. I only really talk when it's time for the pod or when I'm talking to one of y'all. That's it.
Off camera goes even way, way, way more intense. You know what I mean? But there'll be a lot of things we can't really share because it might offend some people. It might throw some people off. It might, But
our before and after pod conversations is a whole nother podcast sometimes. Yeah. It'd be wild. I'd be like,
can't really put all that.
we can't say that. But how about you? When you getting into podcasting? I've been pushing for you to get into podcasting. When are you getting into podcasting? What's your thoughts about, especially in this current climate of podcasting?
Plan on after grad school. I'm focused on grad school right now. So after grad school, for sure. I honestly love podcasting when it comes to like watching it. Because I grew up, I'm a YouTube baby. I grew up with YouTube anyways. When it started getting real, people started making real chunks of change, but I never really put nothing out there because I really down for just sitting down and just talking instead of like vlogging my everyday shenanigans because I be some shenanigans but I really do like podcasts. It's just debating if I want to do it with a group of girls. Do I want to mix it? Like, how do I want to do it? And really finding a name finding a name is like the hardest right now, but it's gonna come.
That'll come to you. That'll come to you naturally though.
Yeah. Because
one day you could just be around and just boom, just come.
Because this pod initially, like when I came up with the name Black Male, it was how we have it now. But a previous co-host of ours was like, no, it should be male as an MAIL, like you passing out information. And that's what we did at first, the Black Male podcast. When then we brought Trey on. It was me and Daryl, and then we brought Trey on. And I know Trey from the beginning was like, what the fuck is it called? That?
I didn't like it. I love Daryl though. That's my guy. Dead ass, but I didn't like that at all.
He didn't like it, but he was like, I'm gonna let it rock. And then when we
because I was a visitor. What people don't understand is from the first episode, I just met him.
Yeah, that's a fact. We are just
I walked in the door. Yeah, I didn't even know neither one of them at all.
Yeah. I just called him. I said, hey, bro, you want to be on the pod? It was supposed to be like a show. He was like, why not? And then he pulled up and then we started taping. That was us getting to know each other. Like we've talked online and we talked over the phone, but our first meeting was lights, camera, and action. You know what I mean?
That was it. That's how I got down.
But then when Daryl and I, brother, that's you've met Daryl. We got into a little altercation. And we ain't talked for about a year or two. We ain't talked for a little while. Him and I was like, all right, let's keep the podcast going. And then we was like, Black Male. And he was like, yeah, because that bullshit that y'all was doing. And I was like, all right, you're right.
I don't know if I said that, but
you
maybe
did. You did.
Maybe I did. I don't know. But your father said him and I wouldn't work. He said two people won't work.
I did say that. I didn't think it would work. And the reason why I said that is because before all this podcast boom shit, and technically we were one of the first ones really doing it like this. It was crazy because that's always been my biggest problem in life. I know how to create, I don't know how to promote it. And I could be the first to do some shit, but I don't know how to promote it to the masses. I could promote your shit, but I can't promote my shit well because I overthink everything.
But you're stubborn when it comes to marketing and promotion, though.
I am very.
You're stuck on textbook ways to do shit, and you're quick to say something won't work. Like you love to tell me what I'm quick to say, and you might be right, but I don't see it as that. Huh. And it might not be completely like that, but there's definitely parts of it that's right. But anything with marketing and promotion, you're quick to say some shit won't work.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even saying that that's why when we have conversations, it works because there's a level of checks and balances. I more so want to do shit people tell me it's not going to work. Like even the way we did that radio shit, most people have been like, I ain't doing all that. Worked out great.
I mean, if you initially
if it didn't work out great, so what?
If you think about it, then initially when the host asked at the radio show, he was like, yo, what they call you? I was trying to stay in the behind the scenes. I felt like the show wasn't about me, but that's the old way of doing things. If the host brings you in, it's like, all right, fuck it. Let me bring me in. You know what I mean?
You're right. I know things, and it's a limited train of thought.
Right.
If you're there with me, it's still about me because we're doing a podcast together. So why would he interview me about a podcast that I'm doing with you, with just me, if you're there? That's him respecting the total brand.
You're
total
right,
brand right there.
Yep. You're right.
You gotta respect the total brand. That's why I wanted everybody there.
But Dancia, he knows. Dancia knows. I am horrible at it. I get in my way, and I don't know how to not get in my way. And I know too many dope people, but I get in my way because I don't know. I really don't know.
I'll tell you this: the pains of podcasting is when you have a quality product and you're not giving fast food. Like even with me being as an artist, man, and I didn't get crazy numbers on my video the first day. It was like 100 views, but I got at least 50 comments and emails, whatever. People just appreciating solid content. So the issue with that is, as I compare it to the podcast, is getting it to the people. Right. When the people receive it, they're receptive of it. But the hard thing is getting it to the people and weeding through the masses because it's so saturated. And even when you get into it, it's going to be saturated again. There's a lot of Black women that have podcasts, but a lot of it is ratchetness and they're talking crazy. People gravitate towards that because it's entertaining. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what kind of show you'll do, but I'm sure it's not going to be to that level of ratchetness. And what we do, it's more than just intellectual. That's why I do a lot of the clips, because some of the clips are the comedy. Some of the clips are serious. Some of the clips are sports. Some of the clips we have guests now. We do guests. You know what I'm saying? And that brings people to it. But like I say to him, a person might see 10 whole clips before they even watch the show. He wasn't a fan. He wasn't a fan of the clips at first, but my thing is, yo, bro, somebody got to see us, man. Somebody has to see us, bro. Somebody got to see us. There's no way we on here. We got the hats on. You know, he might have something else going on, or me and him might have a dope conversation. Somebody got to at least hear a piece of this, man. That's how I just look at it. Just as many clips as we can put out there. I mean, within reason. We don't want to just put 100 clips out there for whatever. So I gave myself a number maximum, but people don't understand the work that actually puts into trying to give good content.
Dancia, I let him and Erica handle the clips because I know I'm going to overthink the clips. I always do. And then I want shit to look a certain way and be sized a certain way. I just let them handle it. I just walk away from it. Let them handle it.
That's another problem.
And that's another
problem. That's another problem I think both of us have. Because you said something to me one time about workout videos. You said to me one time about just talking in general videos. And I overthink those like shit. Yeah. Like nobody wants to see me in the gym working out, do that shit. Nobody wants to see me.
And then you do that workout. You did that workout thing, and them numbers was crazy on that one.
No, because that was new to me, and I want to share it to people. I said that's dope for the core. And I had a fucking day. You know, sometimes you have a fucking day. Fuck it, I'm gonna do it.
Right.
If nobody likes it, okay. That's the beauty of social media, though. If you're doing a product or just promoting yourself anyway, you can just put it out there, and if nobody likes it, like who cares?
I know this much.
You love your hair, show it. I mean,
in 2024, I'm hiring my daughter. I'm hiring niggas. I'm about to get out the way. I'm about to let people handle this shit for me because this shit is rough for me. Because I be stressing myself out, overthinking. I don't even know if you noticed, Dancia. I'll ask you certain things because I know I want to get your honest opinion.
I'm not goofy, and then I'll be like, okay. I'm like, he want a real answer. Let me get my shit.
I be wanting a real answer. Let me get that real answer. Because I be trying to figure this shit out. I be like, all right, yo.
Your generation is key. Your generation is key with a lot of things. Like my son is 29. It's also key because we're at the age to where certain things that we think aren't important might be important to y'all. Like our podcast isn't just for the over 40 or the over 35s.
Right.
There are young people that I work with that listen to the podcast, that listen to my music, that I didn't realize that these are the ones that are buying merch from me. They're the ones that sold my hats out twice at work. Young people.
We're gonna
buy what I'm saying?
Yeah, y'all gonna purchase. Y'all definitely purchase.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so the thing is, then it made me realize also, when I'm saying to him, it's deeper than the product. It's just people feel a connection with me. That's like our goal. I would say next year, we have to build a better connection with people.
I agree. We got to build a community. Yes.
You know what I mean? Because that connection is what, like when people meet us, it kind of, I don't know how you looked at it, but I thought of it like, damn, man, we just need to come out a little bit more because he basically told us to our face, we don't do this here.
Yeah.
But this is great.
Yeah. Dancia told me that. She even said that y'all go outside more. You remember that last event you and I went to? I told her about it. I talked to her all the way home from it. And I said how dope it was. People walking up to us like, yo, y'all do the Black Male Pod. Yo, do. That shit was wild for me. I was like,
yeah. When I went to the Fleet DJ conference, a few DJs came up to me. And people now, when they see me, people just walk up and smile, and I'll talk to them. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking to, bro. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll tell me, yeah, I sent you the message. I promote this now or whatever. You know, some people pages don't show them. They just have a company. So I met a couple promoters when I went with P-Joint. I talked to several people. So even though the event was whack, I still connected with 3 or 4 people.
Yeah.
I think people forget that it's not just internet. Like, everything is mostly social media, but we still having conferences. We still putting events together out here, and that's where the people that's making that money is at. That's where they're at.
It's nothing like meeting somebody face to face. Nothing like
it's nothing like
most definitely.
No, you're definitely right.
Shaking hands and just having a conversation, and you know, our women viewers probably go up because this is the 3rd women guest we've had.
Yeah, and our women views do well. It's shot when I look at because I watch all the numbers and the demographic breakdowns and age group. You're right. From 20 to it's 20 to 35 has gone up dramatically. They're now our second highest viewership on watch, and females before we was like 28-30% women. We're now 46% female listener group. Like we've grown up a lot.
Let me ask you this. I put myself on the spot with a similar question. Let me ask you this. Our generation of Black men, You know, what do you wish was different with how we communicate with your generation of women? Or what do you think that's missing, can be improved on, however you want to place it? What can be done with that dynamic from your perspective?
From y'all generation of men to my generation of women.
Yeah, there's that gap. Yes, y'all need mentorship from men also.
We do. We definitely do need mentorship from men. But for me, I can honestly say the gap of understanding that a lot of us women my age, we're business women now. We don't just sit at the house. We're not just maids. We're not just cooking. Like we do. Don't get us wrong. We'll cook. We'll clean. We'll do all those things. But when it comes down to it, a lot of people like older, they're now understanding that knowledge of like, oh yeah, 50-50 relationship. But a lot of the times, the woman is going to work just like the man, paying the man bills just like the man, but also the one that's only cooking and cleaning. If I'm going 50-50, we're going 50-50. So I think a lot of people don't understand that. And a lot of people my age that's like intelligent, carry themselves well, like I can say I do. We attract those older guys. A lot of the times we really do attract older men. And it's like they come to us and just think, oh, she don't know. No, we're businesswomen now. We're very intelligent. We understand everything that's going on more than you think we do. We've been through more than you might have thought we've been through.
Right.
So it's like understanding that just because there's that age gap doesn't mean I can't relate to you on a lot of things. Now you probably done this some stuff. Yeah. I ain't did none of half of that, but I still can relate to you in that way, but maybe differently.
Right. I think personally, and great question, Trey, but I think personally, yes, women do, younger women do need men mentorship, but I think the older female, younger female demographic for women is way more important than us trying to integrate into what they have going on. I do think we should listen to them more. Like I listen to my daughter more when it comes to
that's a good answer.
What she has going on. Like I learn stuff, you know what I'm saying? And then even within my relationship with my wife, like she'll see our dynamic and see what we have going on. And she leads right into it and tell me like, yo, dad, like, come on, old man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I listen to that. I feed off my kid. Like, I literally, when I leave to go outside, we have this thing that we created. We let each other know when we outside. Like, all right, I'm outside, yo. And that's it. That's just a quick, I'm outside. She'd be like, what are you getting into? What do you have on? Because you don't need to be out here looking stupid. And I'd be like, all right, this is what I'm rocking. This is what we're doing. And then that's it. But I feel like those things are needed. And that community, like as a dad, you know what I'm saying? I know I had my shortcomings coming, but now it's like, yo, my thing, this is in my mind. My thing is not to discipline or try to enforce my stuff. My thing is now, let's build. Let me build. Let me understand you. Let you understand me. When it's not about being friends, we still have that father-daughter thing, but it's also like, hey, I'm always here anytime you need to talk. And I hope you are here for me as well. Because sometimes I just be wanting to talk. I'll call it just to talk. I'm just talking. Now I'm talking all the time. And she just looking at me like, that nigga must be wanting to talk. And then it'd be moments where she just want to talk. And I'll just listen. Oh, that nigga want to talk today. We just talk. Or we be quiet. We be on the phone quiet, say a couple words. We be chilling. And we talk, you know what I mean? Throw some shit out there. I be in the middle of working. I think those are the...
It is good.
Yeah. I think those are needed as well. I think it's weird, bro. And she fusses at me when I say that. It's small regrets I have because there's some things I wish I could have taught her coming up because I know I could give that. But then I look at it and it's like, nigga, I already know. You know what I mean? So she might have learned the hard way, but she already know. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think this is dope. This is dope. I don't have any more questions. I don't have any more topics. You got anything, Dancia? Nothing. Nope. Dot, we're about to end, my brother, end this off with some positive notes.
No, I thought about this morning. You and I had this conversation offline, relationships and understanding. I think sometimes we take it for granted when we have relationships, whether it's romantic, platonic, or even family, with understanding people. We just assume everything is understood. understanding people don't always understand. And we speak on communication a lot, but we don't speak on it from a position of exactly knowing exactly how to do it and when to do it. We're all a work in progress. Let's all do a better job of communicating. And even when people don't understand it, let's put them in a better position to understand. Because the people that love you do want to be there to help you. They want to be there with you for that ride. That is your support system. We all have one, whether it's small. I speak of a half moon all the time. My half moon is solid. And sometimes I don't lean on them like I should. And I deal with it myself. You know what I'm saying? Let's do a better job of that.
The fact. I'm with that. That's great. Great job, man. Once again, I'm your host, TallShon. TS is who I am.
Tre-Dot is who I am.
And go ahead. End it. Go say, who are you?
Dancia.
There we go. This is the Black Male Podcast, episode 114. I think this is probably the end of the Bring Your Kid to Pod Day. And we out.
Yeah.